with you. Hey, you gotta know how to move. Hey, you gotta know your knowledge. Hey, you can't be breaking the rules. Hey, shit, I'm getting you a juice. Hey, apply to it like a tool. Hey, trying to teach you how to move. Hey, trying to tell you how to move. Hey, recognize by your handshake. You can't be late for no meeting.
What it do, what it do, what it do? It's your boy Teflon Turks telling you ain't got a good Lord praise, but you doing it the wrong way, boy. Look, we coming to you live with a new episode, man. Dirt Road Chronicles, and today we're gonna be talking about Lil Daddy the Big Face Chaser. Lil Daddy the Big Face Chaser was one of the first cats in my neighborhood to even take the music serious and even get some shit going with the music. First of all, we can't even speak about Lil Daddy. We can't speak about Pine, CEO of Mill Ticket Records. Big shout out to Pine. Pine legendary in my hood for always putting together events and shows for the hood. And big boy parties. He had the he had the privilege to bring down Boosie when he first started as an artist. He had close connection with ties in the NO, which gave him close connection to BG. Soulja Slim, one of Soulja Slim last shows was done in my neighborhood, and it was promoted by Mill Ticket Records. Shout out to Pine for that. Major shout out for Pine in that, because Pine was one of the type in the time when we ain't have shit going in the neighborhood. We ain't have a motherfucking thing going. Pine was the type that'll sponsor a lot of events, have different type of little venues like soldier parties and bringing different cats to the city, you know what I'm saying? And he was one of the first cats in the neighborhood to really have a studio in the neighborhood. And started a record label with a good, strong movement too at one part of time, Mill Tickets. He had a hell of a campaign. Shout out to, he had an artist name from out of New Orleans, his name was Quest. Shout out to Quest. Quest was pretty hard. He had the rap van. So early in the early 2000s and going into the late 2000s, Pine had a good campaign and a lot of good promotion behind this shit. So a lot of the strategies that I use because of me sitting back watching Pine do that shit. And shout out to him right now, man. You know what I'm saying? He puts some shit. He always put together what they will have in Alabama called the Horse Show. You know, he'll bring certain artists down there like Papa Duck, and he'll do that shit like once a year, and that shit started getting big. But shout out to Pine for that. But back to Lil Daddy. Me and Lil Daddy, the Big Face Chaser, was when we was young, it was two cats named Troy Moe and Damian Burrow. Shout out to them cats too. Damian had a little studio. He had went to Atlanta for a minute and got into the music, started getting involved with the music and started fucking around with the music. So when he came back to the neighborhood, he was into them lowrider cars. He had a car that was in one of the lowrider magazines. So me and my partner Farid, like I told you, my next door neighbor, he had me into everything. Me and Farid used to walk to Campanella, which is where Lil Daddy from, and he had a partner named Creek Terry. He a real successful businessman right there now. Shout out to Creek too. But them niggas used to hang out over Damian house while he hooking up speakers and shit. Like I told you I was stealing shit and all that shit. So we just go down that motherfucker. And Damian used to be dealing with a cat named Troy. So shit, they tried to put together a little boy band. Me, Lil Daddy, and Creek. And we came up with the name, the Troopers. Goddamn shit sound crazy now, the goddamn Troopers. You feel what I'm saying? So Lil Daddy and Terry stayed right next door to Damian, so they had access. I had to go down there with Farid and shit. So Damian started putting the music together, so that was the first time. Damian started putting the music together, so that was the first time that I ever heard myself over a microphone and on beat. So that shit like, damn. Hear myself with like, that was amazing shit going on. So every time went on, when Pine started putting together the Mill Ticket thing, he reached out to me, he reached out to Lil Daddy, he reached out to a cat named Mr. Prez in the hood, and he reached out to one of my little cousins named Kobe. But at the same time, they ain't really take me serious. I was on bullshit. Mr. Prez, that nigga wanted to lie. That nigga used to step down on a nigga young. We goddamn out there hustling and shit, his whole conversation. So that he helped me goddamn get my bars together, cause that nigga used to step to me every day with some diss shit every motherfucking day, nigga. So, and that nigga go bar for bar, and that nigga was bad. So, shout out to Mr. Prez for helping me get these bars up, cause that nigga there wasn't no pushover on no motherfucking bars. Mr. Prez was the truth. So as goddamn meal tickets started to grow, whatever, Pine started putting together shows and started promoting Lil Daddy. So Lil Daddy came up with this goddamn song called goddamn if from Odo Road down the road, John Road back, here's apartment in this bitch. That one of the live motherfucking songs in my ear, especially the Noda Cat that coming up out of the hood, to hear that shit blowing up like that. It was like, damn, this nigga goddamn righteous, making some noise. These niggas really doing something. So Pine putting together a movement, whatever. But as time went on, I'm caught up in the goddamn streets and shit goddamn just wasn't working out for me. But a little situation came between me and Lil Daddy where we had goddamn a little misunderstanding and we didn't see eye to eye. And it because of some bullshit that I ain't gonna bring up is, we let bygone be bygone, we moved past that shit. And it was some bullshit went on behind it, so that kind of fucked up me and Lil Daddy's relationship at the time. So that broke off everything that I had was gonna go on with Meal Ticket. And he had a producer named Darwin. Shout out to Darwin. Darwin used to bring me down there to the studio every now and then. He had it down in the river. Darwin used to bring me down to the studio and let me record and shit, put on some beats and shit. So it was goddamn, that's how I started getting the feel of the studio. Then goddamn as time went on, before RIP Mr. Big, one time Pine threw a show in the neighborhood and he had Mr. Big. That was Mr. Big was doing his little movement on goddamn take that shit to trial and let me tell you about them hoes. And he came in that bitch with some shit with an open mic. And when he finished the show, he was like, shit, who want the mic? And shout out to them boys at the Green, how my partner T Clem, Giant White, and them niggas booed me up. Goddamn, I got on the mic in front of a crowd in the hood. So it was like, damn. That was my first time ever touching a goddamn stage and being able to goddamn rap in front of a crowd, and I fucked up. So, but at the same time, they were blowed, I was blowed, but it was like, damn, shit, I got some balls, I can rap. It gave me the opportunity to be able to want to do the shit. And shout out to Mr. Big, RIP to the legend. But Mr. Big was the first one to ever just give me a microphone in front of a stage. And to be standing beside somebody at that type of status, goddamn, at the time, I just old nigga from John Road. That nigga was on John Road early that day fucking with my OG Lou and them, kicking and smoking out. So I had the opportunity to meet him. Then he plugged in with some niggas in the hood that he goddamn righteous tight with. So, you know, that was the opportunity that had him in the hood that day. So I had already highlighted him early that day on John, and they were just telling me, little nigga can rap, you know what I'm saying? But they wasn't on no serious shit because he was down there fucking around with the big homies. I was just more like a fan at the time. So RIP Mr. Big, Alabama legend, man, he was the first one to ever put that microphone in my hand in front of a crowd. Legendary moment. I wish we had the footage for that shit. And shout out to Pine, because it was at a Pine party that he allowed me to do that shit. And as time went on, goddamn, that shit up goddamn kind of gave me a little motivation. So I had a partner named TJ. Him and his brother T-Mac, and them, they had some shit to put together called Alabangles. You know, they was Blood, Crip, GD. They was a lot of Alabama artists, goddamn, that was up under the gang banner, but they had united for the concentration of the music. So goddamn, they had goddamn, TJ reached out to me. Me and him put on a few tracks or whatever, put it out, see what we were gonna do. So that goddamn put me on wax, and that shit was just molding me. You feel what I'm saying? And then as time grew, the little thing Alabama split up. Me on that bullshit in and out of prison. So when I fuck around and went to prison, this is when it sure enough got real. I ran into a nigga named Thug, cat named Chaos. Goddamn Thug was out of Montgomery. Chaos was up out of goddamn Birmingham and Drastic, nigga from out of Eufaula. So we was at Elmo, a level 4 yard. So they used to do rap shows on the yard. So with the rap show, they used to put together goddamn events in the prison yard. And me, Drastic, Thug, and Chaos came up with this goddamn this concept in prison called ourselves God Body. You feel what I'm saying? So all of us, Thug was a guard, Drastic was a guard, Chaos was a guard, now Raw Guard. That's where the title Raw Guard come up from. So goddamn, we used to go in that bitch. We used to goddamn us folk. We used to hold it down Saturday or Friday and Saturday nights, just coming up with songs. That's all them niggas wanted us to do in prison. Sit down, come up with a song, and go compete against the other domes up in that bitch. And then I got moved to another camp, and I ran across a nigga named Zay, and he said, man, I ain't goddamn showed me how to put them bars together. A nigga like Dirt out of Birmingham, the Pedigree. A nigga ran across nigga Atlantis, Bean, ran across these niggas legendary in the penitentiary system. You feel what I'm saying? I was going to prison with these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Niggas up out of Dothan, all them nigga Payne and all them niggas. I was in prison with them niggas. Shit, doing bid at a young age, so I seen them niggas, Atlantis, that nigga known through the prison system. So I had the opportunity to run across these cats, learn how to spit bars, Octavius, and niggas like that. Shout out to that nigga Octavius, because that nigga was hard. And, you know, them niggas right there made me get my balls up. When you fuck around in prison, then you go on to prison, y'all, you know, nigga giving you the honest boot, niggas with the whatever if you ain't sounding like whatever. So that got me on out the way. And that right there kind of shaped me and molded me for to have tough skin and make sure that my balls were perfected and put together. So when I got back up out of prison, goddamn, I kept going back and forth to prison in the rise and watching meal ticket rise and watching goddamn Lil Daddy go up and blow up. But Lil Daddy ended up goddamn running into a situation where he got in a little street beef or whatever, and he ended up goddamn catching an assault case, and the folks set his ass down for about a couple years. You know what I'm saying? I can't give exactly how long because I can't remember, because I was being too. By the time I hit the back gate, Lil Daddy was just getting back out. So, you know, he had did a little stretch by almost 4.5 on the 15. He was at the big boy camp. Shout out to Lil Daddy. Came out that bitch a soldier. You know, niggas heard about him still putting down in prison, still doing what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga still on that. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lil Daddy The Big face chaser. You know what I'm saying? And then watching him grow up with the nigga, and then watching the nigga take on, boom, he dropped the CD. That shit was like, damn. Then he had my little cousin Kobe on that bitch and Mr. Prez. And then we used to go to shows in Mississippi at the state line. Once again, the nigga Prime used to have shows everywhere. And it was convenient by us being in theater because my little hood was goddamn like 10, 20 minutes from Mississippi, about goddamn 45 minutes from Pensacola, shit, 6 hours from Atlanta, shit, about 45 minutes from Puget, man, shit, man. You know, I'm from Theodore, so that's the back door. So that's like one of the first cities you gonna pass through when you come through Mississippi coming into Alabama. Mile Point, Creola, Pascagoula, shout out to them folks down there, man. Them folks really getting it in, man. Shout out to them boys down there in that goddamn, down there in that silk, boy. I'm fucking with them niggas down there in Creola, K-Town, Mile Point. Them boys off of goddamn, over Lil Super and all that right there. You feel me? Nigga fucking around, tough them boys way down there a long time, man. You feel me? Shout out to my people down there, bitch. Shout out to Big Rat. Goddamn, my cousin Hunter. Goddamn, Irie. Goddamn, Cornell. Shit, Dominique. You feel me? I've been fucking around across that state line all my life. So I fuck around, ran across my partner Rat, and a nigga took me to a goddamn open mic at a club in Mississippi. So I goddamn went to Mississippi, goddamn, been in the open mic, goddamn, got in that bitch. I know I won it, but they was looking for somebody to open up for Young Dro. Once again, for one of Pine shows, which is the horse show. When he brought Young Dro down that bitch, I know I won this motherfucking battle, but they had a hometown favorite. So I learned early in the game that about the hometown favorite shit. You feel me? But hey man, shit. Shout out to that boy Lil Daddy, the big fake chaser. But he was a real inspiration and a motivation to make me get behind the mic and keep pushing, because I started out with the nigga and seen what the nigga could do. But what held me back and made